Alright, so this video is a collection of a couple outings just combined together, and it was mostly chunking. And I'm kind of taking a step back and realizing it's important in fishing not to be one-dimensional. And lately, whenever I'm shore fishing, I've just been chunking all hours of the day. I've said this before, I've had good days and I've had bad days doing it, but it's time to change things up. So this is probably going to be the last chunking video for a while, because I know a lot of surf casters out there mostly like to throw lures. And it's mid-July now, the bay is getting really warm, so a lot of bait and fish are pushing out of the bay and going more towards the ocean front. So some blitzes are starting to pop up, some surface activity, stuff like that. So I think this is a good time to kind of make a transition, at least during the daylight hours, and start throwing some plugs at these fish, man. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll find some blitzes and stuff like that, but I think it's about time to make the transition. But for now, here's another chunking video, and if you don't like to chunk, I recommend watching it anyways, because it's a pretty sick video. There we go. Hooked up. This feels like an okay fish. I don't know, it's not taking too much drag. And by that's not taking any at all. I have no idea what this is. Oh, all right. It's got a little fight in her. This is, I'm guessing a striper. It's fighting like a striper, not a blue. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Might have to get my feet wet to land it. It is a... Still can't tell. Anticipation's killing me. On the edge of my seat here, what is this? Bluefish. Womp womp. That's a pretty big blue, man. Oh, my phone's going off. It's not that big of a blue. Let's see what we got. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's a little chopper, right? That's a healthy blue, maybe like mid 20-inch range. Ugh, look at those yellow eyes, man. Lifeless. Ugh. Lifeless, soulless creatures. Return from whence you came. Alright, well, there's fish down here, so that's a good sign. Had to break the ice somehow. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll take a bluefish. Get her back out here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a 40-pounder right there. Something's chopping me up right now. Come on. Not taking it. Okay, here we go. Oh, yep. There's the take. Oh, I suck at fishing, dude. How did I not set the hook right there? You guys saw that take. My rod was bending with the freaking rocks. Boy, do I stink. Let's see what happened here. I'm no rocket scientist, but something tells me that a bluefish might have been picking away at this, perhaps. That is literally skin. That's like, he took all the meat off, it's just pokey skin. Now when you're chunking, it's important to be able to differentiate what's a hit and what is actually just current slash wave slash seaweed. Because they do look entirely different. A hit's gonna come in two forms. It's either gonna be really sharp, like tap, 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 tugs like that, or it's gonna be one big solid bend. It's not gonna be rhythmic. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So if it's sporadic, it's probably a fish. But if it's just like an occasional bend, kind of going with the waves, like down, up, down, up, something like that, that's current or seaweed, man. It's not a fish. I see people, sometimes they see that like initial drop, and it's clearly just current or something, and they'll go crazy and set the hook. You gotta have a little patience, because if you set the hook on every little movement you see on your rod, you're gonna be checking your bait like every 2 seconds. A little tip, you know, take it or leave it. Also, another good chunking tip, if more than 15-20 minutes goes by and there's no action, check it, man. There's no point on sitting on a single chunk for hours. And there's a couple reasons for this. One, you could be loaded with seaweed. Two, your bait could be picked. Or three, certain kinds of fish, I've had it happen with fluke and I've had it happen with stripers too. Sometimes they'll hook themselves and just stay there. And they won't really give you any indication that there's actually a fish on until you reel it in. It's the most bizarre thing, but I've had it happen like already multiple times this season. Sometimes, specifically with fluke, I don't know why. Sometimes they'll take a chunk, see, like, look at this, I'm loaded with seaweed. But like I was saying, sometimes they'll take a chunk, get hooked, and just sit there. I don't know if they're like still eating it or what the deal is, but sometimes you really don't know they're there until you start reeling in. But classic case scenario while you check, nothing's hitting that. And you should really bring enough bait with you to where you can throw out a fresh chunk every 15 to 20 minutes and not worry about running out of bait. If I'm going by myself and I know it's gonna be a 2 to 3 hour trip, I'll bring at least a minimum of 7 pokey just for me. Sometimes I'll bump it up. You never know what kind of trash fish are gonna be down there stealing your bait or bluefish. It's always important to be prepared. Learn from your mistakes too. Like I just did a shallow cast and I got loaded with seaweed. So instead of going shallow and straight, I'm gonna go out further and to the right into hopefully cleaner water, because I know if I cast in that same spot, I'll probably get seaweed again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yep. That's what we need right there, baby. Another chunking tip coming your way. I'm just chock full of them today. It's pretty easy to make your own rod holder. You just gotta find like a stationary big rock, and then all I did, I took this rock and just wedged it in there, and boom, you got a rod holder. That thing's not going anywhere. All right, another hot tip coming at you. Might as well just keep firing them off. Every time I chunk, I always bring 2 rods. One rigged for lures and obviously one rigged to chunk. Instead of goofing off on your phone, take the time, man, and just scan the water, because you never know when you'll see like some bait or some surface activity or just a crazy blitz breakout. And you don't want to be stuck with just a chunking rod when you got fish blitzing. I love chunking, man, don't get me wrong, but chunking can be boring if the bite is really slow. It gets old staring at a rod with no hits for hours on end, so it's good to have an alternate means of catching fish. If the bite's slow, change it up. Throw out some plugs, throw out some lures. Maybe trying something different will get you more fish. So just having a second rod rigged up, ready to go can honestly increase your chances of catching fish like pretty significantly. All right, I think that's enough hot tips for the day, so let's go catch some more fish. Hooked up. This is perfect timing. I just picked up the rod and it just went down. That's a striper? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know what kind of fish this is. It's not big, I can tell you that. It's fighting weird, man. That's a striper, yeah. Sometimes, dude, these schoolies, man. These schoolies got a lot of fight in them sometimes. Like that was fighting like a bluefish. That's a good sign, though. Here we go, nice, healthy schoolie. Oh, ow, yep. People wonder how you get bass thumb. That's how you get it right there. Maybe a, I don't know, 24-inch fish, very healthy. That schoolie came on my second chunk. Been here for maybe 20 minutes, so that's a good sign there's fish around on this nasty day. Hopefully, we can add about 30 pounds to that fish. Dude, it is legit like raining sideways right now. It's just like coming in from the north. It's just absolutely destroying me. It starts to suck when it's sustained like this, but it's all right. Just need a big slob to put me in a better mood. I feel like it's that Family Guy where Ollie Williams is the weather reporter, and he's like, "It's raining sideways."
Ollie, it's raining sideways.
It's just, yeah. Weather sucks, but we'll see if it pays off. Camera wasn't rolling per usual, but so what happens when you chunk, man, you get a shot at all kinds of fish. Nice little flukerino. I don't think it's a keeper. I think a keeper fluke is 19 inches if I'm not mistaken. And I don't really target fluke that often, but honestly, they are a cool fish. Look at those eyes. Looks like one of my friends when they had too much to drink. Well, yeah, man, cool fish. Gotta get them back in. Hooked up to something decent. Oh, this might be a big fluke, dude. I think this is a really big fluke. What do we got? I exaggerated. It's a sea robin. Ah, man. It's not even that big of a sea robin. Dude, these things are kind of nasty. No croak at you. I'm surprised it's not croaking. These are kind of hard to handle. Up here is like really, it's like rock. It legit is rock hard. And they got a couple spikes on the back of their head, like so, that'll get you. So I like to kind of grab him by the belly, under the wings. He calms down for a sec. He's a rambunctious sort. Yeah, so I like to kind of grab him under the belly, under the wings like that. He's got some big wings, man. He'll probably take flight in this wind. Circle hook, thank God, did its job. Nothing worse than gut hooking a sea robin, or really any fish for that matter. Oh, what the? Ah, dude, this thing just crapped all over my hand. Oh, God. Disgusting. Filthy creature. Get at it. Return from whence you came. Get out of here. Ah. Look at him just floating on the water like that. Yeah, take a hike.